Hey there. So today I want to talk to you guys about one of my all-time favorite apps. Now, I love apps. In fact, I research apps. I'm always looking for apps for all kinds of productivity, project management, little tips and tricks, hacks, time savers. Oh, in fact, it gets me in trouble sometimes because they are like bright and shiny objects to me and I love checking them out. And sometimes it can actually be a little bit unproductive because I'm always exploring apps. However, Evernote is an app that I have never deviated from. I have explored alternatives to this app, but I always come back to Evernote, and it is absolutely the app that I use most consistently in my business and have for 5 years now. So Evernote is actually a virtual notebook. So I want you to think about, you take notes in a notebook and maybe you've got, your work notebook, and maybe you have a different notebook for your personal stuff, and maybe you have like another area where you have to-dos that you post somewhere. Evernote actually puts all these things into one place for you virtually. So I have terrible handwriting and I'm not the biggest fan of taking notes on paper. I love to just type notes. I can type really fast, my brain works really fast, and my fingers can keep up with my mind. And so I love to type up my notes. So think of Evernote as like your virtual trapper keeper. You have different notebooks inside of Evernote, and you can organize your notes in various notebooks. So you can actually use this app for personal reasons, professional reasons, or both. I love that about it. So I'm going to go in here and show you the app on my computer and go through a couple of ways that you might want to consider using Evernote, either personally, professionally, and again, or both. So here we go. So here's the homepage for Evernote. Another thing I love about Evernote is that they do a really good job of providing you with information. So they actually have a great, blog where you can research stuff about how to use different things, tips and tricks. And so definitely take a look at their actual, learning center, because they actually have a lot of stuff. So lots of features. We're not going to go through those things. I'm just going to log in and show you the basics, because honestly, Evernote has features that I don't even use. There's so many robust ways you can use Evernote. So when we log in, this is actually a demo account. If I were to open up my account, you would see a lot of notes and a lot of notebooks, but a lot of that information is confidential for my clients and other things. So here we are with a blank slate. So as you can see, we open it up, and if we had notes, we would see a list of notes right here. And over here in this big window, we would actually see the most recent note that we created or edited. But right now, I want you to look at the menu on the left. Right now, we're highlighted on all notes. So that's what it's showing us. Now, we don't have any notes yet, but if we did, they'd all be listed right here. Or you can view your notes by notebook. I mentioned those notebooks that you can create. So when you open up your account, it's actually going to create a couple of default notebooks for you. There's an inbox, there's a project one that they've created, and you can actually delete these if you want to, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a new notebook. So we're going to make one new notebook here, and we're going to go ahead and just call it work stuff. Okay, continue. Now we've got a new notebook. Let's make another notebook called personal stuff. And then lastly, let's go ahead and make another notebook called journal. A lot of people actually use Evernote to journal. It's literally a great place, a great app to use for journaling. Take this little thing down now because we don't want to take a survey. We're busy. So again, let's go over here and let's just make a new note. So I'm going to make this new note, and we're just going to title it, notes from 2019 planning session, yada yada, right? We'll just call it something random. If we want to just start typing, we literally are going to click right here and just start typing. But something I want to show you, I actually think this is a newer feature. Evernote actually has templates that they have been launching, and I'm assuming they're going to continue to launch more and more templates as they develop them. So I want to show this to you really quick. So after we open a new note and we click on template, it's actually going to give us an option to create these really interesting formatted templates. Now, oh my gosh, I mean, there's so many things in here. So what a party planning checklist, I mean, that would be fun. We've got strategic planning. We've got, things about like weight loss in here. We have a calendar in here. We have goal tracking. There is actually a Sandler training, couple of Sandler training, which is a sales training, templates in here as well. So gratitude journal. We talked about the journal a minute ago. Marketing plan. Oh my gosh. Personal stress log, meeting notes, so many things. Let's go ahead and just use meeting notes. So as you can see, my title's still here, and then it's already going to give me this pre-built template, which is really just a series of tables that they've gone ahead and put in. So we can go ahead and say what this project is. If I don't want it to say class project, I can just delete it. I mean, this template is completely editable in every way, shape, and form. So I can put all these things in here if I wanted to. Marketing for new business, whatever we want to do. And we can have notes in here. We can take those notes. There's checkboxes. We all love a good checkbox, right? So if you wanted to put tasks in here, again, this is one of those predetermined templates. So I'm going to go ahead and just and make a new note. Something to note, didn't mean to do that. You are always, the information is always being saved. So you don't have to click something to say, save this note. It's pretty much always saving as long as you have an active internet connection. So what's lovely about Evernote is that I'm on a computer and I can type this, note on my computer, but then maybe I'm over at the coffee shop and I've got my iPad with me and I want to pull up those notes from the meeting that I took, the notes that I took earlier. I can pull it up. If I have the app installed, it's going to actually give me the exact note, the most recent changes to it. I can edit it right there on my iPad at the coffee shop, and then I can get back to my office and it's already edited and updated on my computer as well. It's a cloud-based app. So many of these apps work that way now, where you make a change in on one device, it automatically immediately makes a change across all devices. It's beautiful because we don't always have our computers with us, or sometimes you just need to pull it up. You want to pull something up on your phone really quick because it's convenient. It's the only thing you have with you, and then you want to go back to the office or go back to the computer and work on it some more. That's one of the things I love about it. So again, let's go ahead and make a new note. And this note, we're just going to kind of start from scratch. And I'm just going to go ahead and call this one content ideas. Okay, so we're doing marketing stuff. We're thinking about content ideas. Like maybe you just listened to a podcast or you just watched a tutorial video and now you're just going to start jotting down ideas. So you're just going to start typing in here. So you might say video of how Evernote and all the great ways it can be used. There's one idea. Another idea might be how to create a marketing calendar. Another one might be how to identify your ideal customer, right? Another one might be a showcase about a customer success story. Oops. And of course, Evernote, like Word, uses the spell checking and all that stuff too. So also, if you wanted to do formatting, you can format it all different ways. So you can create, you can make these a list of bullets, a list of numbered items. And also another thing is you can, within a note, you can say, hey, here's my to-do list, task, task, task. I'm going to make those actual checkboxes, and then as you're on one, just like formatting bullets and stuff, you hit enter and it already defaults to a new task. So again, and then as you complete those, checkbox, checkbox. How cool is that, right? So a note, it's literally edits like Word or like a Google Doc, but it keeps it inside this app. You can add tables. There's so many things you can do. It's wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and make another new note, okay? Because again, it's just automatically saving everything. I'm going to call this one, customer meeting notes. And in here, I'm going to go ahead and maybe write a description about my customer. Now I'm just going to do this for now, but I would put that there. And then I might literally, I do this with all of my clients. I will, the ones I meet with reoccurringly, I have today's date. We'll just say that it's, January 5th. 19. It's actually February right now, but whatever. And then I'm going to go ahead and here's where I'm going to type all my notes. So notes go here, to-dos, all kinds of important info, right? And then the next time I meet with them, I'm going to, a lot of times I'll bold the date. And then the next time I meet with them, I'm just going to go ahead and add some space and I'm going to put the next meeting date, 2/4/19. And notes go here. Tasks, more info, any new info, right? And then what this does is I have a running list of my meeting notes. So I can always go back and look at, okay, what did we talk about the last time we met? Or, okay, did I get all those things done that I, said I was going to get done? Or am I still waiting on things? So I can go back and refresh the information if I want to and say, yep, this is done, this is done, this is done. But I love doing this with my customer meeting. Anybody that I meet with on a reoccurring basis, this is how I do it. I put any kind of like permanent information up here, and then I just keep my list of notes. Some of my customer notes go back like 3 years, and you have as much space as you need. It just continues to add space down the list of your note. Okay, so now that we've got a few notes, I'm going to make one more note actually, and I'm just going to call it grocery list. And we're just going to stuff, drinks, food, snacks, whatever, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and just make those checkboxes. Okay. These might be things that you get on a reoccurring basis that you need to shop for all the time. And as you go shopping each time, you can check them off, and then you can uncheck them, of course, and when you need them again. So here we go. So now we're going to go to all notes. And as I mentioned, this is going to show you every single note that you have. It's going to show you a short little snippet from the beginning of the note in case you're kind of like, what the heck is content ideas? Oh yeah, it's where I started writing those things. It's going to show you the last time it was edited or created. And then you can you can change the way that it's filtered right here by clicking on these things. But right now what I want to do is I want to get organized, because everything, as you can see, if you look up here, it shows that it went into it defaulted into the inbox notebook. But some of these I want to put into the right place. I was doing this the other day, organizing some notes, because when I'm in a hurry, I just kind of throw them in and they just go into whatever notebook was my most recent notebook. And sometimes I need to move them into different notebooks. And I was cleaning up all these notes and all these notebooks and realizing that I had started using this app in 2014 early when I was really working on ideas and plans for my business. And it was really pretty fun to go back and read some of the notes that I was taking. I would watch a video, or I would go to a conference or something, and I would take notes, and I'd use my Evernote to keep track of my notes. And it's really fascinating to be able to go back and look at the old notes from forever ago and to see, what plans that I was writing down then and which ones actually have happened. And also what I was learning about then, and how now I am pretty much an expert in some of these things that I was just learning about all the way back in 2014. If I were taking those notes in an actual physical notebook, one, my handwriting would be terrible. I probably wouldn't have taken as lengthy of notes, but also I probably wouldn't have those notes anymore. And some of that stuff is still valuable to go back and look at. So again, we're in the grocery list one here. Up here, I'm going to click on this little 3-dot menu. As you can see, we've got some interesting things that we can do here. We can create a duplicate if we want to, and it's going to just go ahead and create a copy of it. So we would go into that and we might say grocery list for mom. Like if maybe you help your mom do grocery shopping, but you just want to copy the same stuff. So back to the 3 dots. You can delete it. You can add a shortcut. You can copy the link, which is going to allow you to email your note to somebody. And if you have sharing on, then they can actually access your note. Sometimes some of the things that you'll see on here, they actually are premium features. Everything I'm showing you right now comes with the free app. This is all free within Evernote, the free version. It's so robust and so great. So what I'm going to do though is I want to move it. So I'm going to pick a different notebook. I'm going to go and move it into my personal stuff because that's where it belongs. I'm going to do the same here with this one. I'm going to move it into my personal notebook, right? Move. And then customer meeting notes, that's obviously work stuff. So we're going to move that into the work stuff notebook. And then content ideas, same thing. We're going to move it into the work stuff. And then planning session, work stuff as well. Move to work stuff, right? So if I wanted to make a new note in a notebook and not have to worry about moving it later, what you would want to do is you'd want to go to that notebook, let's say journal, and you want to create a note right there. And as you can see, it's going to put it into your journal notebook. So let's go ahead and just say, where's that gratitude one? Boom, love it. So we're going to say gratitude week 2 for 19, right? And there it is. So it's ready to go, but it's already in my journal notebook. Okay. So I'm in the journal notebook, all notes, gratitude. And as you can see, it's in journal because if you're in a notebook and you add a note within that notebook, then it's automatically going to add it to that notebook. So that's kind of the easy way as you're adding notes, if you want to just automatically have it go into the right notebook instead of having to move it later. So this is what's so cool, you guys. So you can search notes as well. You could say, I have a note somewhere about content. So you just go to search and boom, there's your content ideas. This may seem silly right now because we literally have like 5 notes, but when you have over 100 notes in here after you've been using the app for a while, this search function is actually awesome. I mean, sometimes I'm like, crap, where's that customer note from my meetings? I'm in a hurry, and I'll just type the customer in, and boom, there's my note. Grab it, start editing it. So this is what's so great, you guys. I love Evernote. I use it all the time. Again, here's all your notes. You can go into each notebook and find the stuff that you want to find. This is available on your phone, on your iPad. You can create family, notebooks. You can create shared notes so that you can share things with colleagues and peers. It is so awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at Evernote because again, this is one of my absolute favorite apps, and it's one of the apps that has been a staple in my business since I started and since before I started actually. And I use it to this day, and I don't plan on ever changing it, but it saves me so much time because all my notes are in one place. All my electronic notes are. So anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys today. Definitely check it out, evernote.com, and just go explore it. It's free. You have no reason not to give it a try. Some people really like Google Docs. I love Google Docs as well for the shared editing and for drafting. But when it comes to actual notes and things I need to keep for a long time, I use Evernote. In fact, many times if I'm just randomly in a place and I start drafting a blog post or I start drafting something, I'll start it in Evernote and then I'll move it into Google Docs so that I can use those commenting and editing features with other people that are collaborating on something. So another alternative to Evernote, if you are a Microsoft person, is OneNote. It comes with Microsoft Office. Absolutely wonderful. Has pretty much the exact same functionality as well as some different features. And so Evernote and OneNote are the same thing. They're virtual notebooks, but they just are a little bit different. They have a different look and feel. So if Evernote doesn't feel quite right to you, you might want to give OneNote a try and see if it feels even better for you. So, or maybe you're using OneNote and there's things you don't love about it. Give Evernote a try. Either way, all I want you to do is to check out this virtual notebook function somehow in your world and start using it, because I think you literally will find that it's a game saver. It's a time saver, and it's a game changer. So go give it a try. I felt passionate about sharing it with you guys, and I wanted to share it with you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if it's something that you're using already and what you love about it. Maybe there's a feature that I didn't show that you think people should also know about, or maybe you gave it a try and you love it. Let me know. I would always want to hear about how these things are working for you guys in the comments. So meanwhile, go be awesome.